NLC have always spoken out on national policies, but worried that they will prefer this critical period in our nation to be in Geneva rather than partner with the Parliament to resolve the issues they have with the executive. This is the mandate of the Constitution with regards to what the Parliament ought to do. The leadership of the National Assembly condemns equally the inability of the Nigerian Labour Congress to attend this all-important public hearing. It is expected that in nation building that we become partners with those who present themselves as the voice of the masses. Parliament remains the people's house. If there are issues to ventilate, the Parliament remains the best place to air your view, a view that is unbiased, a view that is not used to scandalize, a view that is balanced, a view that is people-oriented. Such views will be adjudged so only when they pass through the pruning of the Parliament, where the members elected to look at these issues will exercise all the elements of natural justice, especially as it pertains to fair hearing on those who are agitated by government policies. It is fair enough to condemn the executive in their policies, but it is also important to allow us carry out our job with regards to observing the excesses of the executive, if such exist. And that can only be established by putting on the scale the opinion of the people against the policy of government. Such opinion will be more credible if it is coming from those who shouted about this issue being in the room to justify with credible evidence, credible statistics, data that the Parliament can work with in monitoring the parameters of the exercise of the mandate of the executive arm of government as to establish whether or not such parameter has been exceeded. I'm sure the NLC will take correction, and as we partner with them for the welfare of Nigerians, for the good of the nation, that they hold our hand of partnership. I commend the committee for sending them a series of letters that have been presented here as an evidence. I suggest you still ask the NLC to submit their memoranda to the House. This will help the public to continuously have confidence in what the NLC professes. Because to first take action before discussion or conversations like this doesn't appear as those who are unbiased, which they ought to be. NLC is invited again to present their memoranda on this issue. The Parliament would like to know their view and ask relevant questions. Having said that, I want to also thank the invited guests who have deemed it possible to partner with the Parliament in finding solution to this problem. the gentlemen of the press, and ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome. Today, I have the pleasure of representing the Speaker of the House of Representatives, who would have been here because of the importance of this engagement, asked me to cancel an engagement that I have in the villa that is ongoing at the moment on democracy lecture. I'm supposed to be in the villa now, but because of the importance of this, he asked that we waive that to be with you, because we should be seen at all times to stand on the part of the people of Nigeria. So I bring you greetings from Right Honorable Abbas Tajuddin, PhD, Yan Zhao Zhao, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, who today is represented by me, Right Honorable Benjamin Okizie Kalu, and this special public hearing on the increase in electricity tariff, National Assembly Complex today, Tuesday 11th of June 2024. I'm honored to welcome you all to this special public hearing convened by the House to discuss and address a matter of great concern, a matter of great importance that has stirred significant concern among our people, the people of Nigeria. The recent decision by the Nigeria Electricity Regulatory Commission to increase electricity tariff has sparked widespread discontent and apprehension across the nation. The rationale provided for this tariff hike, as outlined by the NERC, is to address the industry's mounting debt and ensure the continued functioning of the power sector. However, it is evident that this move has not been well received by Nigerians, our citizens whom we represent. Numerous voices, including organized labor that I just mentioned now, and industries. Industry experts have voiced their strong opposition to this decision. It is not for the Parliament to keep quiet about this. It is for the Parliament to take a step forward, to hear what the public has to say, to guide the Parliament in taking a decision that will help fix the situation. The fears expressed by many are valid, that such a sharp increase in the electricity tariff will only exacerbate the economic hardship already faced by our people. There are genuine concerns, I'm sure you will agree with me, and those genuine concerns that higher utility bills resulting from this tariff hike could have a ripple effect on operational costs of businesses. And this is what has been echoed time and again by the Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, who is representing their member companies. And this will potentially lead to increased prices for goods and services across the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Electricity, as we know, is not just a commodity. Electricity, as we know, is a lifeline for many households and businesses across our nation. Any significant rise in tariff could have far-reaching consequences for our economy and the livelihood of our people. Therefore, it is essential at all times that we carefully assess all factors before making any decision that may affect the affordability, that may affect the accessibility of electricity for our citizens. It is imperative that we engage in constructive dialogue to address these issues and ensure that any adjustments made are fair, any adjustment made are transparent, and any adjustment made ultimately becomes beneficial to all parties that are involved, especially the people of Nigeria being at the center of such policies. It is in the light of the foregoing that the House of Representatives have convened this public hearing. As a representative of the people of Nigeria, it is our duty to carefully consider at all times the implications of such policies on our constituents, well-being, and their or so their livelihood. Our goal is to ensure that any adjustment made by our policies, especially with regards to electricity tariffs, that they are fair, that any adjustment made are not only fair, but they are equitable. And at all times, once again, that the center of it all must be the people. Therefore, we must strive to strike a balance that safeguards the interests of consumers, while also enabling sustainable growth and development within the energy sector. Just 2 months ago, during a dialogue on the Nigerian power sector organized by this esteemed House, I emphasized the importance of engaging in wider consultation with all relevant stakeholders prior to any tariff adjustment. Just 2 months ago. This approach aligns with Section 33 of the Constitution, Section 33 of the Electricity Act of 2024 that we just passed, which mandates a just and fair electricity price regime. Furthermore, I highlighted the urgent need to address critical issues within the electricity value chain that contribute to technical and commercial losses. These losses ultimately burden consumers who are indirectly compelled to bear their costs. I urge all stakeholders here today to engage in constructive dialogue and provide valuable insight that will guide us in finding a balanced solution to this pressing issue. Let us work together towards ensuring that electricity regime remains affordable for all Nigerians, while also supporting the growth and stability of our energy sector. Let us use this public hearing as an opportunity to listen to all stakeholders, understand their perspective, and work towards finding a sustainable and equitable resolution to this pressing issue. You must feel free to engage. You must feel free to deliberate. It is not when we invite you to come. You're not invited for a punishment. We are not invited to send you to jail. So relax. Let's have a conversation. The product of this conversation is to help us make better laws and better policies for the country. Anything you say here remains here. This committee is not going to be antagonistic. This committee is not going to, they are not on the frolic of their own to run anyone down. They are here to carry out their job as allowed by Section 88 and 89 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Your opinion matters. And that is why you're occupying the various positions you're occupying as a stakeholder. Whether you're from the private sector or the public sector, you are expected to represent the opinion of your people. And we're expected to harvest this opinion, harness them to take proper decisions that will be for nation building. It is nothing personal. It is all about the people. And we expect you to see it that way. I want to emphasize our commitment to working closely with the executive to transform the Nigerian power sector into a model of efficiency and sustainability as outlined in our legislative agenda. The need cannot be overemphasized. We are dedicated to providing legislative support to the effort of President Ahmed Bola Tinubu's administration in reforming the power sector by addressing all legal and legislative impediments accordingly. As I declare this important public hearing open, I urge everyone here today to actively participate in these discussions. Thank you for your presence, and may God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.